We picked up on a microphone.
Okay, I want to give my opening statement. And then I have one.
Go ahead. Do your opening statement.
Okay. Your Honor.
Ma'am, put the microphone back where it was.
Sorry.
It will pick you up.
Sorry about that, sir. Your Honor, my name is Lori Anderson, and I am the plaintiff and owner of the property at issue. I am here seeking a judgment for $14,606.46, which includes unpaid rent, court costs, unpaid water bill, and damages in the amount of $2,866. Ms. Amani Lyman provided false information on her rental application, including misrepresenting her residency, which influenced my decision to rent my home to her. This is not a typical landlord-tenant dispute. She has a documented history of property damage, unpaid rent, and disruptive behavior, as shown in the exhibits and witness testimony I will present. I want to acknowledge that I appreciate the court's efforts in landlord-tenant cases to maintain tenancy for individuals who might otherwise be homeless. However, this case is different because it involves actual property damage and destruction, not just homelessness. If the court allows Ms. Lyman to remain a tenant, I respectfully request safeguards to protect my home, because this is the only way I will have access to my property. The defendant will not allow me into my home and does not communicate with me outside of the court. While the lease allows me access with a 24-hour notice, Ms. Lyman has denied the entry, making court-ordered inspections necessary. Therefore, I request that the court order monthly inspections at a specific time each month so that these inspections are enforceable and I can return to court if Ms. Lyman fails to comply. Monthly property inspections with Mr. Ivory Clinton present to detect smoking inside the home. Inspection is scheduled once per month on a Saturday at a specific time set by the court, preferably 10 or 11 a.m. During inspections, I request permission to take photos of the property condition. I request access to inspect the entire home, including the basement and garage. I will bring an HVAC filter to the inspection and replace it monthly as part of regular maintenance. Inspections will confirm that there are no unauthorized occupants, no further property damage, and no smoking inside the home. I ask the court to instruct Ms. Lyman to allow access to the home for myself and a licensed contractor on October 2nd to repair a crack in the basement, scheduled to start between 8 and 10 a.m. and expected to last several hours. I am also respectfully requesting that the court return 2 zip drives in my possession. I did not present any video evidence in this trial, and these drives contain precious family memories. For this reason, I ask that these videos not be included as evidence. These measures are essential to prevent repetition of past destructive behavior, ensure compliance with lease terms and local laws, and allow me reasonable access to my property. I respectfully ask the court to grant judgment of $0.46 and Ms. Lyman remains a tenant to consider implementing these court-ordered protective measures to safeguard my home. Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Lyman, opening statement.
Okay. So I have not been able to peacefully stay in the house. Every time I turn around, she's either down the street or have somebody watching me. So I would really like to be able to enjoy the home, which I haven't. I pay all this money to not be able to enjoy the home. I don't smoke, so there's no smoking happening on the property. There are no damages. And the judgment, that seems like a much, because she's including the rent that I had paid to you guys in escrow in the judgment. Also, I would like an addendum to the lease for my $750 that she said that she legally lied and said that she didn't know that she can put it as non-refundable because somebody else is suing her for the same $750. When I moved in May, I paid $3,300. It should have been prorated because I moved in on May 5th. So that should have been prorated $533 plus the extra $300 that's left over from the deposit. In June, I paid an extra $200. So I ended up paying $3,500. In July and August, I paid the $3,300. The only month I owe is this month. So from
this month being September or October?
Yes, I can pay that tomorrow. The so only every month is $3,300. So with the extra money, me paying the $200, prorated the $533, the extra $300 from the deposit comes up to $1,033. So I figured that I should take that from the rent and it should be $2,267.
That you owe.
Yes.
So Anderson, you may call your first witness. Is that gonna be yourself or somebody else?
Okay, should I stand there to question the witness? Where should the witness stand there?
It's up to you. Where do you want to stand?
Clinton? Oh, you're my witness.
Sir, please come forward and be sworn.
State and spell your first and last name for the record.
First name is Brandon, if you are, P-R-N-T-O-N.
Your Honor, may I give this to Mr. Clinton to reference?
I don't know what it is.
It's evidence pack number 4 that I've already.
No, that's not the way it's done.
Oh.
Question him and then
Okay. Mr. Clinton, how long have you known the plaintiff, Miss Anderson? Yeah, can you hear, hon? How he has a hearing trouble.
get him equipment so he can hear the questions.
Thank you, Mr. Clinton. Mr. Clinton, how long have you known me, the plaintiff, Miss Anderson?
20 years.
Okay. In your experience, how have you known me to maintain my home, its cleanliness, its floors, the overall condition?
Almost perfect.
Almost perfect? Okay. Do you recall when I was preparing the home for sale in the spring of 2025? Okay. Do you recall the condition of the home when it was listed on the market in April 2025? Looking at the before and after photos in Exhibit 4, did you ever see a rear screen?
Exhibit 4 hasn't been admitted. I don't know.
I have,
Yes.
yes, sir. I gave them all to the clerk on
It hasn't been admitted, ma'am.
the clerk. I came here on Friday and, Ann, or was it Ann? She said she would give it to you. She gave it, I put it in a packet
But
and
it hasn't been admitted.
how do I
Trial.
admit it?
Ma'am, I can't tell you that.
Okay, so,
I don't know who took the photos. I don't know when they were taken. I don't know any of that about these purported photos.
well, how can I get what I dropped off on Friday to you? So I thought you had them. I actually spent a lot of money to produce the color prints. It cost me over $20.
Ma'am, whether I have them or not doesn't mean that they've been admitted into trial. Who has to establish those photos and then attempt to try to have questioning regarding those photos.
Okay, I'll do that. Can I admit Exhibit 4 into court?
Ma'am, I don't know who, there's no testimony as to who took the photos,
The
what their
professional
photos are.
of my house, the professional photos of my house, and then I took the photos of the damages.
And you need to testify about the photos.
Okay, so what, do you want me to say, go over Exhibit 4 with you?
I just want you to do the trial, but I'm not gonna just have you submit things, and I don't know if they've been presented to.
Yeah, I sent her all the files, all the files to the defendant.
I don't know what those files are.
The exhibits, I spent a lot of money bringing the exhibits to court. And I dropped them off on Friday. She did a stamp, she put a stamp on them to give to you, and she said everything's fine, and so I thought you had the exhibits. I labeled them, I emailed them to you, but also printed them out, but I labeled them exhibits.
Maybe you're not understanding me. You can
Exhibit speed bump. To get photos in, you need a witness who can authenticate them, who took them, when, and that they fairly depict what they claim. No photographer, no foundation. Have you ever seen a key exhibit get tossed on a technicality?
send to the court whatever you like. It doesn't make them an exhibit in the trial.
So how do I send them to be an exhibit to the trial?
I am not here to assist necessarily either side in this trial. Something the court to consider as evidence in the trial, you need to properly admit it.
So how do I properly admit the evidence, sir?
I'm not here as your lawyer, ma'am. I'm here as a judge.
Okay, so you want me to just ask him the questions then? I'll ask him the questions. Do you ever, Mr. Clinton, do you ever remember seeing the rear screen door ripped?
No.
Do you ever remember oil stains in the driveway?
No.
Do you ever remember me mounting a security camera on the south end of the home?
No.
Do you ever recall the master bedroom blinds being broken?
No.
And the front door lock, it was never an automatic door lock. It was also always a mechanical door lock, correct? Okay. Can you confirm for the court that the before photos accurately represent the condition of the property before Ms. Lyman took possession, May 5th, 2025?
Where did these photos come from?
They were photos I took when I was, after the home was prepared for sale.
Ma'am? You took the photos.
No, they were taken by a professional because they were actually put in the
Then
MLS.
How's he going to establish that?
No,
You need the
The-
professional here.
the professional photos were taken, they were put in the MLS, and then I took the damage photos.
What did I just say? Who took the photos?
The professional photos, two people,
Oh, goodness.
two people.
He did not take the photos.
No,
You didn't take these photos.
I took the after photos. The before photos were professional photos for the home to be in the,
My question.
okay.
The photos that he just talked about, the witness did not take those photos.
No,
You did not take those.
no.
Then where's the testimony about who took the photos?
They were by a professional photographer who takes photos for listing a home in the real estate MLS.
Where are they?
He has a job. I can't afford to pay him to be here. And you don't allow Zoom testimony. So, I mean, I'm doing the best I can, sir. I don't have any money.
I'm going to tell you what. You did not make a request for that Zoom testimony.
I did.
And then
I,
are you going to keep interrupting me? Because I'm not going to do this all day. The person that took the photos needs to testify as to those photos preliminarily.
I did not know that, sir, but if he could do Zoom,
That's not my issue. I'm telling you. Yes,
I requested Zoom for 4 other witnesses and I was denied because they live out of state.
because this individual did not consent. You should have at least asked her.
She doesn't talk to me outside of court.
You know what? I am not here to solve the world's problems. Only the issue that's in front of me. Did you make the request of her to have these?
She doesn't, I sent an
Did you
email.
make the request?
No,
Okay.
but she does not talk
That's
to
an
me.
answer to my question.
He can at least attest to the fact that the home was in good shape before she took it
I
over.
think he already told me.
Okay, that's fine. Mr. Clinton, can you please confirm that the MLS photos are the same photos that accurately represented the pristine and spotless condition of the property presented to Ms. Lyman? The home was in pristine condition when it was presented to Ms. Lyman. Okay. And can you confirm that the broken screen door, oil stains, changed front door lock, security camera, broken master bedroom blinds, all occurred after Ms. Lyman took Tennessee?
Yes.
Clinton, how often were you at that property?
Before or now?
Before. Well, let's just ask this. How many times have you been to that property?
Or 110?
How many times before Miss Lyman moved in?
I mean, that's what's it?
Before Miss Lyman moved in.
Oh, about 50 or 60, not more.
And you've been out to the property since.
Yes, I have.
For what purpose?
Pick up the mail or,
For who?
um, for,
What's your relationship to Miss Anderson?
From the start, well, we've been friends for about 20-some years.
What is the relationship now?
We're still friends.
Just friends?
Just friends.
Go ahead.
Mr. Clinton, were you present in the district court on August 15th when Miss Gloria Vanderwell testified in front of Judge Washington regarding 6285 Maplehurst Drive?
It's hearsay.
Notice the judge holding the line. Courts can't coach either side, even self-represented parties, on how to introduce evidence. It's about neutrality. The lesson? Prep your evidentiary roadmap before you walk in. Remote witnesses aren't automatic. You usually need a timely motion and, in some courts, consent from the other side. No request plus no consent equals no Zoom. If you were the judge, would you bend the rule here for fairness or keep it strict for procedure?
Don't answer the question.
Did you see photos showing 2 bathtubs with running water left?
Where? Did he see photos where?
In Exhibit 6 that show the damage she did to Miss Lyman did to the Maplehurst property. They were
To whose property?
to her prior residence. he's seen the damage to her prior residence.
Were you there and saw the damage?
No, it's all pictures.
I'm not going to allow it.
Even though it was in court that it was presented?
What did I just say?
Okay. Well, I'm learning, sir. Forgive me. Okay. Did you see the final water bill from Ypsilanti Township showing a final water bill for the Maplehurst property of $3,153.69 during Miss Lyman's tenancy at 6285 Maplehurst?
Why am I talking about Maplehurst?
I thought it showed evidence of damage to prior property.
I don't. Have you ever been to Maplehurst, sir?
No,
You know the owners of Maplehurst? Do you know anything about that property? Other than I mean, that was a bad question. Do you have personal knowledge of anything regarding that Maplehurst property?
Okay, so,
I can't testify as to.
okay, I thought, because he was at the court, I thought he could do that, so. Okay, there's no further questions for Mr. Clinton.
Any cross-examination, Mrs. Lyman? Any questions you have for him? No? Thank you, sir. You may step down.
And he's also Air Force, sir. I'm sorry, you're Army.
Other witnesses.
Miss Lyman?
Lyman, come on up. You may.
Okay, this is going to be questions about the lease. To Miss Lyman, which I have a copy here if she needs it, but rent, let's see here. Rent under your lease is due the 4th of each month, correct? Per line item number 41 of the lease.
It has 2 different dates on the lease.
Yeah, but the 4th it doesn't have the 5th. It has the 4th on line 41. I can show you. It doesn't have the 5th. It's due on the 4th. The lease provides only a 3-day grace period and imposes a $150 late fee on the 8th day, correct? It's line number 40, line number 4 on the lease. Isn't it true that you were late paying rent for July, August, and September? I know, but you were late on those days that you paid the rent. July, in fact, on the ledger, I can give the dates when you turned them in.
What?
For July rent, you turned it in August 1st, For August rent, you turned that in September 2nd, and you still haven't turned September rent in. So wouldn't you agree that you've been late on paying rent all 3 months? Are you aware that partial rent payments are not accepted under this lease?
On the lease, she said I can deposit a check into.
I'm partial, meaning like you couldn't just pay half of it one day and half of it the other. It all has to be paid at one time.
Rent in June.
Are you aware that if rent and late fees are not paid, I plan to issue a 7-day notice on the 5th day of the month and file with the court on the 12th going forward, and you will be expected to pay court costs. If I have to bring you to court to get rent, if I file a 7-day notice.
Was that a question?
No, I'm making her,
Question?
no, I was making her aware of that.
You need to ask her a question.
Okay, are you aware that if rent and late fees are not paid, I plan to issue a 7-day notice on the 5th of the month and file it with the court on the 12th going forward, and you will be expected to pay the court cost.
What's the relevance?
That's just,
Question.
it's a question just to
What's
make
the relevance of that question?
that going forward, if she still remains my tenant, I plan to be on top of it as far as rent. If it's not paid, I will issue a 7-day notice.
What bearing does that have with anything the court has to decide today?
Okay, sorry, strike that one. Under your lease, only you, the named tenant, are permitted to reside in the home without my written consent, correct? Okay, who is currently living at 4259 Shandy Court? Isn't it true that your uncle and 3 children have been observed living at the property by several neighbors?
No, just because somebody seen people come over doesn't mean that.
Okay, line items number 19 and 9 and 19 on the lease. Did you change the locks on the home without my written consent?
I told you I was getting 18.
Without my written consent? Did I write something down?
No, you know.
Okay. Are you aware the lease prohibits changing locks without the landlord's permission and expressly allows the landlord entry without notice in emergencies?
You knew I was getting security system.
Do you know that I'm able to go in emergencies? Fire, water?
Yes.
Okay. In an emergency such as water running continuously, fire, or a suspected medical emergency, do you expect me to break the locks to gain entry?
Oh, yeah. But you
Are you aware that my former tenant, Gabriella Anderson, died in Ypsilanti Township?
What's the relevance of that?
I have a history of a tenant dying in my property
Why do I need to know that?
because it shows why it's important to have access to a home. As a landlord, if somebody dies, I need to have
Does
access to
she
the home.
know that? And
I-
if she does, what's the relevance of that in whatever her answer is?
I'm making her aware that the reason why it's
This is
important,
not a proceeding for you to make her aware of things or what your expectations are.
okay, I was explaining,
You don't have to answer the question, go to your
Okay.
next one.
okay. Will you allow my licensed contractor, Affordable Dry Basements, to enter on October 2nd to repair the basement crack?
I don't know anything about a licensed contractor.
I sent an email to you at Armani Lyman.
You send a lot of emails, so I most likely didn't see it, but that's not a good day.
Well, I can,
You also mentioned that they could come in the spring, so.
yeah, but I don't want it to go through winter. I don't want it to go through winter. The crack is just getting worse, sir. I want to get it done before winter because
Are
they
you
can't.
going to ask a question?
I want to ask her when I can schedule Affordable Dry Basements to enter to do the repair in the basement. Are you aware that it won't pass certification with the crack in the basement? It won't. It's leaking now, sir. So we won't pass the certification.
Why are you talking? You were supposed to be asking questions.
Okay, when will you allow my licensed contractor to repair the crack in the basement? Okay, what month? So I can. Can I ask a question, sir? Of you? Because the crack is getting worse and it's damaging my property. It needs to be
That's a
repaired.
statement.
It needs to be repaired.
That's another statement. What's your question?
My question is, I need to, my lease states that I can go in and make repairs with a 24-hour notice. So she's going against my lease by not allowing me to go in.
Okay, once again, a statement. You asked, can I ask you a question?
So can I ask the court to enforce my lease? Can I ask the court to enforce my
You
lease?
can ask the court to do whatever you want. Whether they do it or not becomes a whole other issue.
Even though it's damaging my property. I'm just.
Next question.
Okay. Well, it was along with, that was, okay, I'll go to the next one. Okay. Under the lease, you're responsible for paying all utilities, including water, electric, correct? Okay. Have you paid the water bill for May 5th through August 31st, totaling $1,471.87?
I'm sorry, say that again.
The water bill is in my name. I have worked something out with him already.
Okay, because may I make a comment to the court? If the water bill, okay, okay,
This is testimony.
okay. Did you pay the DTE bill that was subject to shut off notice dated on September 17th? Yeah, as a landlord, they sent me a shut off notice.
Oh, for Pete's sakes. Why do I keep getting comments from you and not questions?
Okay, the question was, did you pay the DTE bill that was subject to shut off?
Answered it.
Did you paid it?
No.
Did you pay the electric bill? So the electric's off?
What does that have to do with anything?
Okay. This is the next question. Do you plan to keep the home above 50 degrees this winter as required by the lease? Okay. Are you aware that you will be held liable for any frozen pipe damage beyond your security deposit resulting from temperatures below freezing or winter shutoff? Huh?
I am.
Thank you. Line number 18 of the lease, repairs due to tenant's negligence. Are you aware that repairs due to your negligence are your responsibility? Will you arrange for the repairs of the torn screen, broken blinds, torn down insulation and oil stains in the driveway by a professional contractor?
I already told you last quarter that the following installation has been put up. The screen is on the checklist. The blinds will get fixed. And the oil stains are barely even visible.
But they're still there. So it will require.
Is that a question?
Well, so she's.
Or are you just going to argue with her?
Okay. My next question was, if you do not hire your own licensed contractor, will you permit my contractor to complete the repairs and reimburse me? Okay. Are you aware that these repairs must be completed before the next Pittsfield Township rental inspection, May 26th, to maintain certification? Thank you. Inspections and smoke damage. Are you aware that smoking is prohibited in the lease?
Yes.
Okay. Will you permit monthly inspections by the landlord with a witness present so landlord can document the condition of the home, including photographs and checking for smoke odor? Are you aware in the lease it says that I am allowed to do inspections with a 24-hour notice? So you don't want to go abide by the lease?
That's, she doesn't have to answer that.
Okay. Do you understand that if smoke odor is detected and smoke damage is documented, repainting and remediation of the entire home may be required at an estimated cost of approximately $10,000?
What, really? Where does that come from?
3,000 square feet will cost.
Where does that come from?
I'm just making her aware about smoke damage.
Why?
Okay, sorry, strike
Why?
it.
Where
Strike it,
does
sir.
that come from?
I've been quoted $10,000 to paint that house.
By whom?
Contractor, because it's a large house and smoke will sink into the paint.
I don't know anybody named Contractor.
Nicholas Blake, licensed contractor.
Is he here to testify?
No.
Then I don't want any questions about any quote he's given.
Okay.
That's hearsay.
Okay. Sorry,
Next
sir.
question.
Yes, sir. Nuisance and children, line item 20. Are there 3 children residing at the property? Okay. Were those children left unsupervised in the street on or about May 22nd, prompting a CPS call? They were supervised? I don't know if you'll allow this question, but do you understand that the lease prohibits public nuisance and requires you to supervise children? Okay. Cameras and alterations, line number 20 on the lease. Did you install an exterior camera without written consent of the landlord?
Yes, but I did tell you I was being antique. And also the first court date, you said you had no problems with the cameras. So what's the problem?
I didn't authorize installation. I never said I didn't. No, no. I just said,
Yes, you did.
the prior court date, I said as a compromise, I would accept it, but I'm just going over what she violated. I thought we
Okay, so
wanted,
she installed cameras
Okay,
and
okay.
installed the security system.
that's all I wanted,
All
just
right.
get confirmation. Are you, okay, can I ask this question?
I don't know.
I know I'm upsetting you. I'm sorry,
You're
sir.
not upsetting me.
I'm not a
You're
lawyer.
wasting my time,
Okay.
but you're not upsetting.
Okay, are you aware you will need to refill the holes and repair the siding damage by that occurred when you installed the camera? When you leave, you'll have to do those repairs, fill in those holes from the camera.
Under the terms of the lease, she has to restore the premises back to a reasonable condition as she got it. I think everybody knows that. Do you understand that, Ms. Lamb?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Next
sir.
question.
I think I've already asked about smoking. Okay, and you don't. Okay, are you prohibit smoking? She knows that. Okay, yard and maintenance. Are you responsible for mowing, trimming hedges, watering plants, and snow removal under the lease? Line item number 24.
Yes.
Okay, have the hedges been trimmed as required by HOA rules? Do you plan on getting them trimmed so that I don't get a fine from the HOA?
Have you gotten a fine?
Not yet, but they've said.
Okay.
Okay. Vehicles. Did you have 2 inoperative and or unregistered vehicles on the property?
The vehicles were, that was told.
Okay. Were 2 of those vehicles towed away? Okay. Did those vehicles cause oil stains in the driveway? Okay. Do you plan on hiring a professional contractor to remove these oil stains?
The oil stains are really there.
Subletting and insurance. Are you currently living at the home by yourself? You already answered that.
Yes, that's what
Okay.
that means.
Have you sublet any part of the home to another person? Are you aware that subletting the home is prohibited without written consent? Do you currently maintain renter's insurance as required by the lease? Okay. On May 5th, 2025, rental application, you listed your current address as 9090 Arlington Drive, correct? Okay. At the time, you were actually residing at 6285 Maplehurst Drive, where eviction proceedings were pending, correct? You were residing somewhere else that you didn't put on the application as your current address.
That's for prior.
No,
Prior.
it said current
With Maplehurst have to do with Shady Court.
because you were being evicted. I based my decision to rent to you based on 6285 Maplehurst. They started eviction proceedings in January of 25. I was not made aware of that when I rented my home to you. Did you disclose that the pending eviction of your true address to me before moving in? Did you disclose that address to me before moving?
Was she required to?
Yes, the application said, where's your current residence? So I could follow up with the landlord of that residence.
That was not your question. You asked her whether or not she disclosed an eviction.
Yeah, did
On
you?
the application, does it indicate, have you been evicted?
Yes, there's a section in there, any prior evictions on the application.
All right. At the point in time she applies, has she been evicted?
There were eviction proceedings.
Is that what the question asks?
No, it says, have you been evicted?
Thank you.
Oh, sir,
So that case had not concluded. Is that correct?
that's correct.
Okay. Then if you're saying that she misled you, your question is bad.
Well, but
As it has been all this morning.
okay, but she didn't disclose where her
You want to
address
argue
was.
with me?
No, honey, I'm
She
sorry.
doesn't have to answer that question, or actually she answered the question.
Okay. Are you aware your lease states that breach of the lease gives the landlord the right to repossession? Line item number 32. Are you willing to remedy the lease violations or return the property to me? Okay. Do you understand line item number 36 on the lease? Only written agreements signed by both parties are enforceable under the lease. So verbal doesn't mean anything. It's only written.
You answered that. Okay.
Okay. This is questions with regard to the lease application. Miss Lyman, are you aware that the phone number you listed on the lease application, 734-460-9043, is that correct?
I listed that number back in 2023.
No, on the application you just gave me, in 2025, you have that number on the application.
I used the same registry from 2023.
Okay. Are you aware that according to reverse lookup, that number is this number is registered to you, but I've never received a response when texting or calling you on this number?
So, okay. If she says yes to that, what's that mean to me?
Okay. Okay. Scratch that one. Okay. Isn't it true that the only way I have been able to communicate with you is through your mother, Joanna Lyman, at 734-465-8335?
No, you don't know. And that's not.
Okay. Please confirm, do you regularly monitor or respond to your phone you listed on your application? Well, I guess that would be no, because you.
Well, are you going to answer it or are you going to let her
Okay.
answer?
Okay, sir. Sorry.
It's fine. You just send a lot of messages.
Okay, so the number of 734-465-8335 is the best number?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. On your application, you listed your current address as 9090 Arlington Drive, correct? Current address, okay. Isn't it true that at the time you completed your application, you were not living at 9090 Arlington Drive, but at 6285 Maplehurst? But you were living at 6285 Maplehurst. Okay. Isn't it also true that you were being evicted from Maplehurst property owned by Miss Gloria Vanderwell, your former landlord? She's the owner of the property. Greg is her husband. Okay. Yeah, that was the person that was at the prior trial. Yeah. Okay. On your application, you stated that you were renting a room from your parents, Desmond Jones, at $500 a month, correct? Well, it's on the application. It says Desmond Jones, and you told me you were living with your parents.
I said living with family.
Okay. But on the application, it says you were living at 9090 Arlington and paying $500 a month to your family. That's what the application says.
Yes.
Okay. You also wrote that the reason you wanted to rent my home was to have a place of my own, correct? Okay. In reality, weren't you leasing your own home at 6285 Maplehurst at the time and facing eviction for non-payment of rent and property damage?
What does Maplehurst have to do with Cheney?
The question is because you falsified the application, so you committed.
That's a conclusion.
If she said her current address was
It's
99.
a conclusion. Get to your next question.
Okay. Do you admit that the address you provided on your application was false? Do you understand that providing false information on rental application is considered fraud?
Well, don't answer that. That's a legal conclusion you're asking.
I've been doing my Google searches, sir, and this is what I come up.
Well, then bring Google.
Is she typing all this, sir? Was I
You know
given?
what?
I'm just asking.
You know what? You know what? I'll tell you what.